The Yellow Face, Part 2. Now, Mr. Grant Munro, who has come to Sherlock Holmes' house to discuss his problem, he tells that he has a problem with his wife, that he was married to his wife Effie for 3 years ago. They were very happy, but she was first married in America and to some Mr. Hebron, and he had died. They had a child, and they had got yellow fever, and both father and son child died. So she then came back to live with her maiden aunt in Pinner, and the first husband was a lawyer, and he was very well off. So he had given her 4,000, left 4,500 pounds for her. So since after his death at Pinner, she was living nicely. Then they met him, and when she had arrived here, 6 months later, they met and they liked each other, and they got married after few weeks. And Mr. Grant Morrow said that he was also very well off. He was a merchant, so he also was where he didn't have any problem for money, and he bought a nice villa at Norbury, and they were living there. And for some business work, he would go to the town, but not always. On some occasions, and then he said one day, I was walking in Norbury. I had a evening walk. I saw that the cottage in front of my house was inhabited, and in the window I saw a very strange type of face, yellow face. I was very much shocked to look at the face, and I went to check out. But the maid who opened the door, who was very rude, and she did not let me inside, and she shut the door. Then I told my wife about it, that the cottage has been inhabited, people have tenanted it. Then at night time I saw my wife. I was half asleep, half awake. I saw my wife going quietly out of the room. I just sat up there waiting for her for 20 minutes. When she returned, she was very shocked to see me awake. I asked her, "Where were you at this hour?" And she said, "Oh, I just needed a breath of fresh air. That's why I went out." Then what happens? From that day on, both of them were behaving like strangers. Nobody was talking to each other. Then again, he said that he went for a walk at 1 o'clock, and he saw his wife coming out from the cottage, and he was very much shocked and angry. And he said, "This is where you went last night." But the wife told, "I want to go inside and see." But the wife begged him not to go inside. And then she promised that she will never come here again and just forget all about this. So he believed in her, trusted her, and just told her that only on one condition, that you will never keep any secrets from me. And they went back to their home. Now, after 2 days, they were all okay, normal wife and husband. Then he had to go on the third day to work in the town, but he came early. And when he came, returned, there was nobody in the house. So he was very angry, and he knew that my wife had gone back to that cottage. So he went there to search it, but the cottage was empty. And on the top room where he had seen the face, there was the photograph of his wife. And on that evening, he told his wife that now there will be no trust between us, and I am leaving you. So he said, "Yesterday I said this to my wife, and today I am here at your home telling you about my problem." Now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes asks some questions from him, and then he tells him that, "Okay, now I've got all the details. Now you go back to Norbury and just keep an eye on the house, on the cottage. And if you see again people are living there, if you find out about that, you just give us a telegram, and we will come back and search with you together. Don't go in there alone yourself." Then, when he leaves, Mr. Sherlock Holmes gives his own assumed theory about it, that the wife had escaped from the husband when he was sick with yellow fever, and the husband found out about her, and he was blackmailing her. So, first she sent him £100 that he would keep quiet, but still he came to England, here in Norbury, and he was threatening her, blackmailing her, and this was all the reason that the wife was hiding it from the husband, and she was begging the first husband not to come and live here in this house. Otherwise, her second husband would be very angry or do something wrong. Now, when they were waiting for this message, then it came at the tea time only, and they went to Norbury with uh, Norbury, and Mr. Grant Monroe took them there inside the house. And the door was opened by his wife only, and she told him not to go inside right now. Again, she begged him not to go, but he said, "No, I will not wait anymore." And he just pushed her aside and went upstairs. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson followed him, and they both, all three of them, went upstairs. Over upstairs, there was a girl sitting. Her face was covered with in a yellow mask, and she was wearing white gloves. They all laughed. Sherlock Holmes also laughed, and Mr. Grantman was very shocked. What is this? What is the meaning of this? Then Effie came and she explained that the man whom she had married first in America was of African descent. He was a black African. So the child, she had a child. The husband had surely died, but the child had survived, and she couldn't forget her child. So that's why she called her here, and that's why she was afraid to tell this to Mr. Grant Monroe, because she was afraid he will leave them. He will divorce her. He will leave, cancel the marriage. And then she said, "Now you know the truth. Now you have to tell both of us what is going to be our fate. Will you accept me with my child or not?" And Mr. Grant Monroe, after thinking for 2 minutes, he picked up the child in his arms, and he accepted her, the baby girl, and his wife also. And they both were, all three of them were very happy. And Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson were also very happy to find out that the case has been solved. Now, back in their homes in Baker Street, Sherlock Holmes told Watson that whenever he felt that Sherlock Holmes was making up theories on his own without the searching for evidence and clues about any mystery involved, then Dr. Watson should quietly whisper Norbury in his ears, and Sherlock Holmes will immediately become careful and remember this case of the yellow face, and will not try to solve the case by sitting in his home only. This way, the nice case was ended.